During the Horus Heresy, the Imperial Fists were the most stalwart of the Space Marine legions. Over the millennia, their legend and craft at warfare has grown. Their halls are filled with statues and banners from countless campaigns. It is said there is nothing more deadly than an Imperial Fist holding his ground. They are the sons of Rogol Dawn. Such they still hold to their vanished father's goal of restoring the Imperium to the greatness it once was. Their home is Phalanx, a wonder of an age long lost. The battle station holds an arsenal of firepower that dwarfs entire battle fleets, and its armour is said to withstand the fury of a dying star. Even though the Imperial Fist adopted the Codex Astartes, the teachings of the book were first rejected by their Primarch, Rogol Dawn. After the wars of the Horus Heresy, Rebuta Guilliman issued the Codex Astartes to his brothers and their legions. Dawn at first resented what Guilliman had offered. Rogol Dawn was the one who defended the Emperor and the Imperium. He had sacrificed while Guilliman and his sons were nowhere to be found. Pride. Pride is the bane of an Imperial Fist. The pride of Rogol Dawn nearly cost the Imperium another civil war, but Dawn would not bring more ruin upon his father's empire. He agreed to respect the principles of the Codex Astartes, and from that day, the Imperial Fist Legion was no more, and the Imperial Fist Chapter was born. Over 10,000 years, the Imperial Fists have battled Heretic and Xenos to bring the Emperor's justice and retribution. At the head of the Imperial Fist stands Chapter Master Gregor Decian. He has only recently taken the position, as Von Hagen, the previous Chapter Master, was slain in the Emperor's service. Even though the Imperial Fists meet as a council to advise their Chapter Master, he alone decides when and where the chapter deploys its might. The Lord of the Phalanx is a powerful rank within the Imperial Fist Chapter. He not only commands the Phalanx in battle, he also sits upon the council, advising the Chapter Master. The current bearer of the title is Miriek Chalosar. Should the Chapter Master be slain in battle, or be sundered from contact by the perils of the galaxy, the Lord of the Phalanx will take command until another Chapter Master can be elected from the chapter's captains. A further 10 seats sit upon the council, dedicated to each of the chapter's company captains. Along with them sit Attornius Geus, Master of the Forge, Harcourt Garyon, Master of Sanctity, Talon Dysona, Chief Apothecary, and Exerios Darsway, Chief Librarian. There is one chair of the council which is always left vacant, set at the head of the council table, the chair of Rogol Dawn. The Sons of Dawn still hold hope that their vanished Genefather will one day return to claim his severed hand and take his place as Master of the Imperial Fists once more. As they still honour the Codex Astartes today, they are split into 10 different companies, each bearing a colour to mark their brethren. The colours of these companies are as followed. First company is white, second company is gold, third company is red, fourth company is green, fifth company is black, sixth company is orange, seventh company is purple, eighth company is grey, ninth company is blue, and the 10th company hold no colour marking. This is the Scout Company, but there's been recent changes with this company with the introduction of the Primaris Marine, which we'll talk about more in the video. The first company of the Imperial Fist is known as the Emperor's Shield. The Imperial Fists of the first company are the chapter's veteran warriors, marking themselves with a white helmet and white trim on their shoulder pauldrons. The first company carry out both the heaviest combat duties and the oldest ceremonial roles. The captain of the first company is Darnath Lysander, a son of Dawn who has seen many centuries of warfare and has come through the storm of pride and humility with many lessons learned. When the sounds of battle fall silent upon the chapter, the first company serve as guardians of the chapter relics, just as their brethren once did in the Legion of old. On board the battle station Phalanx, each arena is maintained under the watchful gaze of a veteran sergeant and his squad. The second company is known as the Scions of Redemption. This company are the custodians of the chapter's guilt, ever fighting a penance to make amends for past failures. They search for atonement, both on and off the battlefield. To serve in the second company is not considered dishonourable. In fact, it's the opposite. They search for atonement as a collective for the other brothers in the chapter. The second company fights with a coldness not seen within other companies, for they are determined to restore the chapter's honour in ages long past. The third company of the Imperial Fists are known as the Sentinels of Terror. The sons of the third company have suffered much throughout the 41st millennia, but as true sons of Dawn, They rise anew, stronger and more determined to finish their task than ever before. Even though the Imperial Fists hold an ancient grudge against their traitorous cousins, the Iron Warriors, it is said within the 3rd Company that hatred burns hotter than any. The 4th Company are known as the Victors of Brax. The Sons of Rogol Dawn are ever known for their affinity as fortress breakers, but the 4th Company have earned a great distinction when it comes to tearing down bastions of the enemy. In their possession, they hold a sacred relic of the chapter, a suit of cataphracti Terminator armour worn during the days of the Horus Heresy by Captain Armandus Tyre. Captain Tyre led a Terminator assault at the Battle of Phal. He was killed with the rest of his assault engaging the Primarch of the Iron Warriors, Perturabo. A relic of this sort would normally find its place in the armories of the 1st Company, but Vladimir Pugh, who was chapter master at the time of the relic was recovered, gifted it to the 4th Company for their guardianship. It was the 4th Company who battled the Iron Warriors and reclaimed it from their possession. The 5th Company are known as the Heralds of Truth. They are responsible for preserving the great archive of Rogol Dawn's commentary on the Great Crusade, the Horus Heresy and the Scouring that followed. Only senior officers of the 5th Company and chosen members of the Reclusium and the Librarius are ever permitted to enter the archives. It's the 5th Company that carries Dawn's voice. It's their duty to make sure his voice remains heard within the Imperial Fists. The captain of the 5th Company is Draffitus Fane. He holds a special place on the chapter council. His voice carries further in matters of strategy and doctrine. Because of this insight, more chapter masters have been appointed directly from leading the 5th Company than those from other companies. The 6th Company is known as the Siege Hammers. They are the masters of siegecraft. They were born from the grim trench warfare from the battles of the Iron Cage. They are one of the chapter's battle line reserve companies. As well as taking on many supporting duties, the 6th Company draws heavily from the chapter's armoury, specialising in heavy weapons, dreadnoughts and artillery tanks. They are normally often mistaken for the 9th Company with their formations of overwhelming fire support. The 7th Company are known as the Guardians of the Phalanx. Their duties defend the mobile fortress monastery. The captain of the 7th Company shares a sacred bond with the Phalanx. Upon ascending to this rank, his primary heart is ritually removed and replaced with a device crafted from the battle station's own components. The Phalanx has recently been restored to a level not seen for millennia, partly thanks to the Adeptus Custodes, who gifted the Imperial Fists a secret technology that was locked away in the dark vaults of terror. The 8th Company is known as Dawn's Huskars. Out of all the companies of the Imperial Fists, it's said that the 8th Company is more aggressive in their form of warfare. They hold a great history that goes back to the days when the Imperial Fists suffered many losses in an era known as War of the Beast. Many of the successor chapters of Rogol Dawn came together to give their parent chapters members from their own ranks to restore the chapter to full strength. One of these members was Helbrand Alderic, formerly a Black Templar, who sought to rebuild the 8th Company. Instead of favouring the methods of the 8th Company using bites and skimmers, the former Black Templar used his battle doctrines focusing on headlong assaults. The 9th Company is known as the Wardens. This company is where you truly learn to become an Imperial Fist. It's where you learn the lesson that makes the Imperial Fists one of the greatest fighting forces in the galaxy. That firepower triumphs over all. The commander of the 9th Company is Captain Carrion. He has served for more than 3 centuries. To see the 9th Company deployed in battle is to see war unfold as Rogol Dawn intended. Nothing stands before their might, as the firepower they unleash vanquishes all. The 10th Company is known as the Eyes of Dawn. This company now holds a dual function. Its only purpose was to train the chapter's scouts into full battle brothers, but since the introduction of the Primaris Marine, the company itself now holds 10 squads of experienced Vanguard Space Marines. Sometimes the approach of overwhelming firepower can cause many problems. It's sometimes best to get close to the enemy before engaging them in combat. The Eyes of Dawn employ their infiltration skills to observe and report. No matter what rank or company you bear on your pauldron, each brother is connected by a simple link. They are the sons of Rogol Dawn, and they have once more unleashed themselves with furious retribution upon the galaxy, crusading once more in the Indominus Crusade. They will ever stand as a bastion of the Imperium, stalwart and unbreakable.